So we got everything working. Yo. Everything working, everything working. What's it looking like? What's it looking like? Let me know. Had to change a few things up. Whoa. Had to change a few things up. Let me know if it's clear. Y'all can see me. Y'all can hear me. Should be good. Where's everybody at? Where's everybody at though, man? I know we in here. Okay. Let me check something out real quick. Hold up. That's how I look. Gotta look better than that. Keith Brown in the building. What's good with you, Keith Brown? What's good, Ray? Been seeing you find these reporters on Twitter. I've been doing what it do, man. I've been doing what it do. Who else in the building? Todd McAfee. I gotta. Woo! Excuse me. Boy, sneeze. Boy, gotta sneeze. But Todd McAfee in the building. 150 million available next year to be able to sign all these guys and free agents. Yep. You don't live and die by what is available at the moment. Yeah, we're gonna hop into that, man. And if y'all didn't catch my live, it was probably 2 weeks ago. I had talked about this, and I see a lot of it coming up now about the cap space, whatever. People thinking we can keep this guy, keep that guy, but we'll jump into it, man. Let me get to the chat though. See who's pulling up. Rossell family. So what's good with the fam? Let's go, Raiders. What wide receiver is the best fit in the draft? Man, the best fit. It's hard to say, but really, honestly, man, I feel like the better receivers, the ones you would really want, are going to be gone at our pick, are definitely going to be on. Shout out KB for pulling up, man. You know, DC in the house as always. Appreciate you being here. Raider 530 is with us. Yo, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you able to make it. Glad you out here. Blue King in the building. JoJo, what's good with you, man? Blue King. Hope you're doing well, JoJo. I know you in the building. Raider Purge, what's up, Raider fam? Yes, sir. Raider Dangerfield out here. Desert Raider pulled up on us with the creepy eyes. Everything is good on my side. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Tsunami Raider is back in the building. Graham Cam, yo, what's good with you, Kim? William Merchant, good morning to you. It's afternoon on the East Coast. Yeah. It just turned 12 o'clock out there, man. So good afternoon, everybody on the East Coast. Shout out everybody on the East. Good morning to everybody on the West Coast. Y'all know how it is. You know how we do. This is the Good Morning Nation show, your Raiders morning show with Ray the Tape. And today we're going to hop into a subject kind of about the cap space just a little bit, and then we'll talk about a little bit of the draft. I do have a poll. in the comment section right now going on with your favorite latest mock draft. And obviously the pick is just one player from each mock draft. Go ahead and make a decision on the poll. You have Dean by Mel Copper Jr. That's what NKG means. Olave by Tom McShay. Linderbaum is just blog baby. And Booth Jr. is PFF. So go ahead and take a vote on that and let me know who you guys' favorite mock draft pick is from those media outlets. But let's get back to the chat, man. Cody in the building. He said, Raid, hit them likes. Yes, make sure y'all make a play. Hit the subscribe button if y'all new. Hit the like button if you can. Run them likes up. Rate the like button. Y'all know how it works. Y'all know how it goes. The number 1, 2, 3 in the building. Good morning, Ray. Good morning, Juan. Glad to see you in the building, bro. Cortez pulled up on us. He says, what's up, Ray? What's up, Cortez? Glad you out here, man. Percy Prez, what's good with you? Prez in the building. What's good, Raid and GM? Yo. Good morning, TC. Glad you're able to be out here. Glad you're able to make it. What it do, Raid? How's things going, bro? Much love and respect. Shout out Troy Romero, always pulling up on us, always being a great supporter. Glad you're able to make it, bro. Mike Morris in the building. Mike Morris, where you at? Where Mike Morris? We're gonna have to do another mock draft, which we are. We're gonna do another mock draft for the members. But I didn't see Mike Morris. I didn't see you, bro. I didn't see you in the last in the last members live. You weren't there for the mock draft. I don't remember seeing Neek either. LV Maximus, shout out LV Maximus. He was there last night or yesterday for the mock draft. We had to make some questionable picks, but it was the first one of many to come though. Dre for show in the building was goody. Salute D Money. Shout out Dean Money in the building. Joey G. Westo. I see you, man. Goat Mill TV. What's happening with you? So what's up? What's up? What's up? Shout out Isaac. Shout out Fagans in the building. What's good with you, man? Gene pulled up. He said, hey, Ray, Gene from Montana, but originally from Reading. Shout out Reading, the 530. Shout out Montana. I ain't never been to Montana, but, yo, shout out Montana. Was it cold out there? It's snowing like crazy probably. Raiders 78. Need this daily? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We out here, man. We out here. We going to put in that work right now, man. We about to put in that work. We about to put in that work. And that's the late, great Doc CNT says, wipe them feet when you pull up. You know what I mean? Clean off them shoes. What up, Ray? What's up, Marquez? Glad you're able to make it back. I know you was out there, McDuffie. White Tyson's going to start us off with a little discussion. He says, McDuffie better than Booth Jr., in my opinion. Booth Jr. kind of small. White Tyson, we're on the same page, bro. We're on the same page because personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Booth Jr., man. I'm just not. I'm really not. You go ahead and watch his tape, and I don't want a zone corner for one. Definitely don't want a zone corner. I need to fix this lighting, bro, because this joint's so bright in my face. I just don't like the way. Don't like the way it's giving off. I moved my stuff, as y'all can see, but it's just giving up so much, just so bright. See how much better that is? See how much better that is? It's so bright right there. See how that look? That's what I need. There we go. That makes me. All right, now I'm back. I'm back at it. Man, that was killing me. All right, man. But Andrew Booth Jr., I'm just not comfortable with him because one, like White Tyson said, he's kind of small. Two, I don't want a zone corner. I do not want a zone corner, especially if the dude isn't that fast. Booth Jr. isn't really that fast. Three, out of all of the corners, and the fact we have Patrick Graham, who's known to run some blitzes. You see that Ryan is our senior defensive senior assistant. These guys run blitz. These guys run man coverage. Why would you get a Andrew Booth Jr. who plays zone most of the time? And if you go watch his tape when he plays man coverage, it's not that great. It's not that great. He is pretty physical. He does like to come up and hit. He does pick up on plays in the backfield, but I don't want to bring in a corner for that. I just don't want to do that. He's not. I want to bring in a corner that's going to cover. That's just how I'm trying to rock. Gene with the super sticker. Appreciate you, Gene, for being able to drop that super sticker, man. Appreciate the support. Good morning to you, man. Hermit Munster with the super chat of the morning. Way to kick us off, man. Appreciate you, man. I see you smelling on that Doja. I'm still waiting for you to hook me up with something, brother, because that joint look chunky. Shout out Herman Munster, though, man, for coming through and supporting. He always pulls up. I always know it's him because of that profile picture. Love that profile picture, bro. Look like you in bliss right there, man. Appreciate the support. Captain Raider Lowe says, "What's good, Ray? What's good with you, man?" Mike Morris, bro, said, "Yeah, bro, I was picking up the kids and missed it. It's all good. Hope to see you at the next mock draft for the members." And also, ONT6 was not there. I hope ONT6 is able to make the next members mock draft because that shit was lit, and we need everybody possible to be there. Pull up to the stream and make your pick. All right, shout out ONT6 with a $5 super, though. He says, what up, Ray? How many new cornerbacks do we need? And I still love Kobe Bryant. I want us to draft him. What will be the first big move we make this offseason? Very good question, man. Let me get right back to it. Shout out Farrell from the Farrell NFL. Used to be Farrell from the East, but shout out Farrell, man, for being able to pull up what's popping with Jonathan, man. Tashi says breaking John Gruden has sold his Vegas home. Yes, I had seen that earlier. John Gruden sold his home, and I believe they say he bought it for $4.3 million, and then he turned around and sold it for $7.2 million, something like that. So he ended up making a couple million off of that house. So that's crazy, man. Yeah. So John Gruden did sell his home. Shout out Eddie for pulling up. But let's get back to the super chat, yo. He says, what will be the first big move we make this offseason? Personally, it's going to be tough because of free agents coming up, and then you have the draft. and I know we want to talk about the draft a lot. We're looking at players. Hey, well, I want to take this player in the first round. I want to take this player in the second round. But based on how free agency goes, and I know you guys know this as well, based on how free agency goes, that's going to dictate a lot of the draft. So if we're going to get a big name wide receiver like Devontae Adams, right? Why would we get a receiver in the first? So I think it just, you guys know this and I know this. It's a lot of predicting. It's a lot of speculation when you talk about the draft before free agency. But when you say the first big move, I would have to say the first big move would be getting a very well-known veteran. That's the best I could put it. A very well-known veteran would be a big move, and that could be a Devontae Adams. That could be an Allen Robinson. That could be a Chris Godwin. Any of these guys that are veterans that have the bigger name, that would be a big move, in my opinion. At the end of the day, that would be a big move. So I would hope to see we get a veteran wide receiver. That's where I would start. Definitely would want to get a veteran wide receiver. Don't want to wait on production. Don't want to wait on potential. Don't feel like waiting on potential. So hopefully that's the move. You know what I mean? The Nature Boy says, good morning, nation. 7:05 a.m. Hawaii time. Shout out to you, man, able to make it. I know it's a little early out there, but you're still able to make it. Says we are having heat wave, 52 degrees. That boy clowning. He says, if Stingley dropped, do we take him? At 22, if Stingley were to drop to 22, it'd be interesting. Personally, if he were to drop to 22, what would the main concern be at that point? Why would he drop to 22? I would really question that and be concerned with why he dropped to 22. So that'd be interesting right there. Personally, I like Kyer Elam. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I like Kyer Elam, the corner out of Florida. That's my guy. That's my corner who I want to go with. Man coverage, sticky coverage. He plays on an island. He covers the best receiver on the opposing team every single time. Never fails. You watch his tape, and he's just man coverage, sticky. So definitely. Said, what's live, Ray? Fresno in the building. Shout out Central Grizzly Raider. Pulled up on us, man. Ellis Marquez says, watching this while on a train to Poland, probably my last live I'll be watching for a minute. You know what, man? I want everybody to go ahead and drop down, whether you want to drop down a thumbs up, American flag, whatever it is. Alex Marquez is taking off for a moment. I don't know if you're going to Poland. What are you going to Poland for a training event? Some type of training rotation, maybe. I don't know. But shout out to Alex Marquez and salute the service. Appreciate your service to the country, man. Be safe. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your rotation, however you may do that. But I appreciate you being able to make this live, brother. Thank you very much. New member. Shout out Herman Munster for pulling up and becoming a new member to the team, to join the squad. That boy just made a play. Do your touchdown dance, do your Dougie, whatever it is you do, man, because you just made a big play. Shout out to him and joining the squad. Appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you being here. Said, Ray, you've been looking into draft prospects? Most definitely, bro. Most definitely. And that's why personally I'm saying that Kyer Elam is my favorite pick right now. Kyer Elam is my favorite pick right now. I've watched Sauce Gardner. I watched Andrew Booth. I've watched you just go down the list of cornerbacks. I pretty much looked at the corners because I feel like the way this draft is going to fall, I feel that the corner spot will have the most potential at pick 22. I don't think D tackle would have the most potential, in my opinion, at pick 22. A lot of people want a Jordan Davis. I think he'd be gone before then. If he's not, then okay, I could see us taking him, but I think he will be gone before 22, just based off the fact that he is potentially that top 1 or top 2 defensive tackle. And the Eagles have 3 picks in front of us, so whoever we want, I feel like they still have a need for that, and they could snatch up whoever we want. So you just have to keep that in mind. Yeah, shout out Herman. Everybody say shout out to Herman. Everybody give a shout out to Herman and welcome him to the squad. Y'all know how it is, man. TC says, I'll make the next members live. Shoot, I might try to do one today, bro. Honestly, I'll try to do one today, most definitely, so we could do some. Gene says, I'd rather have Dean or that linebacker from Utah, Devin Lloyd. I like Devin Lloyd. He's my favorite linebacker. I don't like Dean at all. I don't like Nakobe Dean at all because, one, I feel like the defense around him makes him seem like he's better than what he really is. I don't know if that makes sense, but think about all the players on that Georgia defense that are potential first-round guys, right? You have Nakobe Dean, who's playing in the middle of all of them. So in front of him, he has Wyatt and Davis at defensive tackle. Like, bro, you have to eat. And then not only that, I can't remember the edge rusher's name. It's not a Jabo. Can't remember the edge rusher's name on Georgia, but he's predicted to be a first-round pick. So you have three guys on that defensive line that could potentially be first-round picks that Nakobe Dean is playing behind. Me personally, I felt like his game was based off being on a good defense. It wasn't really him just being out there being a straight monster and all over the field, in my opinion. I think they had a good coach and a very good defense, and he definitely benefited from that. Raider says Chucky making that bread. Yeah, he is. He's making that dough. That boy got booted out the league and made that dough back. That's Vegas, baby. Buy low, sell high. I wonder who bought JG's house. Yeah, it would be interesting. Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels bought Gruden. No, don't say that. Don't say that. People are going to start going around being like, oh, Raid said Josh McDaniels bought Gruden's house. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't start doing that. Ray said, Raid, we need a center bad. Do we? KB, why do you feel like we need a center, bro? Why do you feel like we need a center, bro? You don't like Andre James? You don't like Andre James? I feel like Andre James is solid. I feel like Andre James is definitely a solid a center at this point. I think Andre James has earned his right to start another season, man. That's just my opinion. If y'all think otherwise, let me know. William Merchant says, if we sign a D Adams, Corin extended until at least March 8th when the franchise tag period ends. Okay. Dominique, what's up with you, man? LV says he's excited for the combine. Yep, the combine starts today. We're going to go ahead and see what things unravel. See what happens. But back to what William Merchant said, man. He says, if we sign a D Adams, Corin extending to at least after March 8th when the franchise tag period ends. Yeah. I hear you, man. Yeah, well, that would be the only time we would be able to get Adams, right? Because until after the franchise tag, because they'd let him go right around that point. Shout out Johnny B for pulling up, man. Glad you were able to make it. Buddha said we missed you, Ray. Shout out to Buddha. Appreciate you dropping a comment, man. He said we missed you. Appreciate that, dog. That means a lot to me. I definitely want to start going live a little bit more, dropping more videos. But I don't want to flood the market too much because there's not too much to talk about. But what's up, Ray? Good morning, nation. Shout out Raider Ross for pulling up. Farrell says Gruden still winning money. Yeah, for sure. Ty Clemens, possibly buyer, is Devontae Adams. That would be, yeah, bro. That's funny. That's wild. Yes, sir. Shout out Herman, man. Shout out Herman. Yes, sir. Shout out Herman. Welcome Herman to the fam. Yes, sir. Mike Moore says James is solid. We have bigger issues on that line. Yeah, exactly. I don't think Andre James is that big of a concern because if you see on the poll, I had posted the poll, Just Blog Baby has us getting Tyler Linderbaum. I don't like that, especially in the first. Oh, no. I'm not getting Tyler Linderbaum in the first when we have Andre James playing the way he played last year, which that second half of the year, he was playing lights out. Let's be honest here. Obviously, the beginning, he had some concerns, but said Adams bought it. Everybody's saying it's Devontae house now. Raider Andy says, Raid was good. Big dog, just tuned in what I missed. Nah, man, we just warming up, bro. We just priming things up. Just warming up. You ain't missed too much. We just chopping at the bit right now. But we do have a guest coming on. Shortly, we will have a guest coming on. So y'all stay tuned for that. At about the 30-minute mark, we should have a guest coming on. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all know how we rock. Let's get back to the chat, though. Combine is going to solidify players' draft stock. Yeah, that's exactly how it works, man. Because you want to see these players come out and test, see how they test in the cone drills. You want to see how they go out throwing the ball. You want to see how they run the 40, how high they can jump, all that good stuff, and that'll basically answer all the questions everybody has. And but on pro day, I believe on pro day is the day that people really start getting into the medical. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I believe. Raider Alex says, Ray, do you know when the NFL schedule comes out? I don't, bro. I don't. Honestly, I don't. Willie Wayne says schedule comes out after the draft. I mean, I could have said that, but I don't know like the exact date. Like, say, hey. Lil Bosco in the building says, good morning, Ray. I think Green Bay franchises Adams and we trade our first round pick. Win-win. It's not really a win-win if that's the case, in my opinion, because if they franchise him, you have to send him that pick, and then you have to pay him on top of that. And at that point, it's kind of like, man, you kind of get stuck in a situation, kind of like with Amari Cooper and the Cowboys. The Cowboys traded for Amari Cooper. It gave us a first and then had to turn around and sign him to a contract, and now they're trying to get rid of him. You know, I feel like when you have to trade for a guy, draft picks, and then sign him, that's too much. Look at the Bears, Khalil Mack situation. That's the same thing. They traded to Khalil Mack. They wanted Khalil Mack. They had to turn around and sign him. Now they have some cap issues. If we'd be able to get him off the free agency market, then yeah, I'd be 100% with it. But I definitely would rather get him off the free agency market than have to send a first over and additional picks to get Devontae Adams plus sign him to a big contract. That would really hurt. That would really hurt. Joseph Duran says, are you excited that Adams is finally going to be a Raider? Yeah, that's the news, man. That's the news. But let's go ahead and talk about it, bro, because the narrative at the beginning, probably about 3 weeks ago, around when the season ended and Carr's extension was being talked about, what was the narrative that was being pushed the whole time? Oh, Carr wants too much. We're not going to be able to sign Carr. Carr, if we sign Carr to $40 million a year, then I don't want to hear him complaining about having weapons or blah, 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 blah. And when you look at our cap and you look at other teams' cap and see how all the other teams do it, right? You know how easy it would be to sign Carr, to sign Crosby, to sign Renfro? It'd be easy to sign these guys. It'd be too easy because these guys are on make a certain amount of money this specific year. Combined, they make less than $30 million. Carr, Crosby, Renfro, and Waller combined make less than $30 million this year, I believe. Around $30 million. Either $30 million or less. Somewhere around there. So when you give them a contract extension, you don't have to say, oh, we're giving you that $40 million right now. You don't do that, right? You don't do that. That's not how it works. If you want to give Crosby a contract extension and say, all right, we're going to give you $21 million a year for 3 years or for 4 years, whatever the case may be. You don't give him the $25 million right now. You could do that if he's getting paid less, and then the rest of his contract would average down. He would get paid less. That's how it would work. So then when you go ahead and you move forward and you look at our cap for next year, and I said this in my live the first time when we first talked about Derek Carr's contract extension. I talked about this, and I said it's a no-brainer deal to sign Derek Carr to that contract extension because of the cap we have. And if you sign those guys to extensions, you can still get an Adams. You can still get an Adams, sign him, and have plenty of cap left to continue building a team, especially if you don't have to give up draft picks to get Adams. You have plenty. We have one of the youngest teams in the league. That means we have a lot of players to develop. That means we have a lot of players on rookie deals. So we can do this. We can definitely do this. So don't let people fool you thinking we can't sign our players. We definitely can. Pacey M. Cunningham says, not seeing Parker at right tackle anymore is such a relief, and I know McDaniels is going to get a solid replacement 100%, bro. There's no way. Shout out to Cunningham for being able to drop a super chat, man. Appreciate you. If y'all want to join the membership, the link is at the top of the pinned at the top of the comment section. But this is solid, man, because McDaniels, there's no way, bro. I could potentially see Illuminor start over Brandon Parker just based on the simple fact that he played with the Patriots before. He knows who McDaniels is. McDaniels knows who he is. And personally, I think Illuminor was better than Parker. at least in pass coverage, right? At least in the pass coverage, he was better. So Parker has to get replaced. There's no way, or he is going to get replaced because I don't even think he's on the team no more. Louis says, I'd rather spend the money on J.C. Jackson and renew some of our players and get Cooks or A-Rob. Luis, I'm with you, bro. There's multiple ways to do this, and that way is one of the best ways in my opinion, because you get J.C. Jackson, who is a top corner in the league, and then you still get a veteran wide receiver and still have your draft capital, and you're able to build that way. You're able to put a young rookie guy next to an A-Rob so he can learn. You can get a young corner to put next to J.C. Jackson and Trayvon Mullen so they can build up with Nate Hobbs. That would be a killer cornerback room, bro. That would be a killer cornerback room. Jonathan says, Raid, what do you think our chances are getting Adams if Rodgers signs an extension with the Packers? I'll be honest, you guys. I don't really look at Devontae Adams that much when it comes to trying to get a player because I feel like it's a whole lot going on over there. And the fact that he has the contract situation going on, I'd rather just wait till it just gets figured out. Like, if he's off the team, then yes, you go out there, you go get him, do what you have to do. But if he's going to get tagged and there's all these situations going on, look, I'm not with all that BS. I'm not with all that BS. We're going to continue moving forward until that option is available. Until that option is available, then I'm going to get back onto it. You know what I mean? But I don't know what the Packers are doing. You know what I mean? I'm not going to let them live rent free in my mind until they do some extra stuff because obviously they don't know what the hell they want going on. Mike Moore says all these news sites are tripping with our picks. Why would we get a center in the first? Exactly, bro. Exactly. And what's worse is that it's just blog, baby. It's a Raiders paper, a Raiders news article, whatever you want to call it, that's having the Raiders draft a center in the first round. Like, bruh, how does Todd McShay and Mel Kiper Jr. make a better draft pick than our own papers, than our own article people? Like, that's a tough one. That's a tough one right there, man. I don't know about that. Shout out Farrell. He says if Aaron doesn't come back, then Adams is hitting the open market. Yeah, I could definitely see that, bro. What's good with you? EJ? He says definitely Olave. So let's go ahead and check the pool real quick. He says Max Moses 21. Shout out Cortez. Everybody give Cortez a shout out for becoming a new member. Do your touchdown dance. Do your Dougie. Make a play, brother, because he just made a play. Shout out Cortez for joining the squad. Welcome, Cortez, to the squad, man. Appreciate you able to make it and pull up, man. Keith Brown says, Raid, what's your ideal offseason for FA? Ideal free agency for me personally, man, would be getting a veteran wide receiver, get a veteran right tackle, and a veteran defensive tackle. That would be my free agency right there. That'd be ideal. Veteran wide receiver, go ahead and pick who you want. There's a bunch of them out there. The wide receiver market in free agency is looking great for us. So you can go ahead and get a guy like Allen Robinson, like we talked about before. There's other guys that are speedsters, like a Kirk. There's Chris. There's so many receivers, bro. There's so many receivers. Just pick your poison when it comes to that point. Defensive tackle, though. I was talking about it a lot. Calais Campbell is now available. Do you go get Calais Campbell? I would. I've been wanting Calais Campbell. People say, oh, he's old, blah, blah. Do you understand he's a defensive tackle? He's a defensive tackle. He's going to come in and play his role. He's going to come in and fulfill his job. He's going to do what we want him to do and fill up those gaps. He's not going to come out here and obviously be some superstar guy and this, that, and the third, but we don't need this superstar guy. Not only that, he will bring in a veteran presence. He's cool with Yannick. Shoot, even Allen Robinson. Don't they even know Allen Robinson as well? So I just feel like bringing in the Calais Campbell makes too much sense, bro. Makes too much sense, especially if we're going to play in multiple defenses. Bringing in Campbell just makes too much sense because he could play at the end or defensive tackle spot. That's how I see it. But I've been wanting to trade for a veteran defensive tackle because you can go out there and send We have 2 5th-round picks, right? You can go out there and send a 5th-round pick for a veteran defensive tackle that's productive, and it's for the low. A 5th-round pick, you're getting a proven guy, a proven starter. So I would definitely want to get a veteran defensive tackle. And then we just got done talking about right tackle with McDaniels. Parker isn't going to be here. Without a doubt, isn't going to be here. So that's something as well. We got to pick up. I know people will talk about Morgan Moses, which Morgan Moses, I wanted him, but depending on how everything shapes up, we might be able to get something a little bit cheaper. Maybe even a little bit cheaper and younger, but I'm not really too worried about youth at the right tackle spot because I feel like the offensive line is already young and you want a veteran guy. You want a veteran guy next to Alex Leatherwood. I would want a veteran guy next to Alex Leatherwood. NorCal Jesse says, Raider Cortez, welcome to the membership family, bro. Salute. Yes, sir. Shout out to Cortez for pulling up. Thank you, Jesse, for welcoming him to the membership, bro. Raider Dangerfield says, Carl just did a film on Campbell. He would work well for us. Yeah, he would work. Shit, he'll work for any team because he's just that good of a player, honestly, bro. He's just that good of a player that he'll work with any of us. He says Campbell for 3.5 mil works, but I prefer a younger FA. Honestly, I don't, man. I'm not really too worried about getting a young guy when it comes to that defensive tackle spot. I'm just not too worried about it. We have plenty. We have plenty of young guys. We have Kuntz. We have Crosby, who's young. Yannick is still super young, although he's bounced around a couple of teams. He's still a very young player. Okay. Okay, I see you in the background. So we got a guest, like I said, we have a guest with us today. And y'all know how I do. I bring up a guest randomly in the middle of the live because I like to do segments. Hey, if y'all notice, I've been doing some segments. And this guest, he's been with us before. You know what I mean? He's been around the block before, man. He ain't wet behind the ears at all. This dude knows what's going on. He knows what we do around here, man. He's welcome to the channel at any time. Hometown native as well. So let's go ahead and bring up the boy Graphic Writer. Appreciate the boy coming up. Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, little bro? What's popping?
What's good, man? Glad you're able to make it.
You missed all the drama in the group?
I must admit, am I gonna have to go check real quick or what's going on?
Bruh, we'll talk about it behind the scenes. Shit is hilarious, bro. Shout out to the chat, man. What's popping, man?
What's good, man? And now you make me like, damn, I'm gonna have to take a sneak peek at what's cracking in the chat because our chat be fire.
Nah. This one, somebody gonna get beat up. That's all I'm gonna say, bro.
Oh my goodness, bro. Yeah.
We go right. Positivity.
He said, "Run up or shut up."
Yeah,
straight up.
Yeah,
but we in here, man. We just in here chopping up the bits, man. talking about. Well, we was just talking about Calais Campbell. I've been talking about getting a veteran guy. Especially at the defensive tackle spot. I've been even talking about trading for a defensive tackle or a defensive lineman that's a veteran for a later round pick. We have 2 5th-round picks. We know what a Calais Campbell went for the previous year, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we have 2 5th-round picks, I feel like there could be potential market or a potential trade for a veteran defensive tackle with a 5th-round pick, like the Ravens did last year. And there's guys like Grady Jarrett on the Falcons that we talked about. There's guys on the Washington football Commanders, whatever, that I've always talked about that every single week, damn near. But what do you feel about Calais Campbell bringing in a vet like that?
To be honest, bro, like I'm not against it. I mean, I did a video on it the other day. I mean, he only had 1.5 sacks. He's getting up there in age, 35, 36. I'd bring him in. I mean, he played with Yannick in Jacksonville. They have that rapport.
Yep.
We're bringing him in is pretty much a bridge defensive tackle.
Yep.
At that point. I like Brandon Williams also from Baltimore. I think really any defensive tackle in free agency at this point is a bridge kind of guy, right? I mean,
exactly.
Let's just be real. I mean, Sheldon Richardson's of the world. I like Larry O. I think that he still fits the trajectory 27, 28, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I'd bring him in, but Calais is cool. You know, that you can't teach those measurements, man. The guy
you can't. Exactly.
and he still commands double teams all the time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not expecting him to come in and get 6-7 sacks. He's just going to come in and command those double teams and free up Yannick and Max on the outside. So I'm all for it. It'll be cheap at this point too. You know?
Yeah, 100%. But I know there's a lot of defensive tackles that people want in this draft. We have there's guys from the Connecticut. I mean, Georgia got a couple of boys coming out at the defensive tackle spot. So I know a lot of people are looking at that. But the topic of this live, though, man, that I really want to talk about and scratch the surface on is the cap of the Raiders and being able to give extensions to Renfro, Crosby, and Carr and continuing to build this team. Now, I'm going to ask you straight up. Do you think that is possible to give all three of them extensions and continue to build?
Well, this is what happens. I think Max will probably get his extension somewhere in the middle of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll hold off on that because that's going to be a $20+ million kind of deal. Hunter's going to be a lot cheaper. He's only coming off his first Pro Bowl season. Let's be honest. Hunter is not owed that much money, man. I mean, yes, he's one of the best slot receivers. He's becoming one of the best slot receivers in this league. But up until last year, he hasn't earned that top tier money. So I think we get that done quick. I think with the extension with DC, we could potentially save $19-20 million this year, and still develop some extra money. You know they're gonna hate in the chat, man. This is what happens when Graf be pulling up, man. I love it. But I think we hold off on Max. You know what I'm saying?
So at least a little bit closer to the middle of the season.
Yeah. Middle of season. I think we get Hunter Renfro out the way. I think DC is mandatory at this point. You know what I'm saying? We get that done probably even before free agency hits because then we can see where we are. You know what I'm saying? In terms of what kind of money we got. But look, man, at the end of the day, all these guys are going to be Raiders. Point period, the end. I think even Max, knowing him, he loves being a Raider. He loves his teammates. He loves DC. He loves Yannick. Look, he wants to be a Raider. He got the tattoo, man. I think he'll work with us as well. You know what I'm saying?
JoJo says Max not worth $20 million. Would you argue that?
Look, you can make that argument, to be honest. I mean, but he's only getting better. So you're not just paying for what he's done thus far. You're paying for what he's going to do in the future. If he's getting better year in and year out, I can see that trend continue to go up. So you're not paying $20 million to an edge rusher like Max in a few years. It's not going to be too much. I mean, you know what I mean? Like the salary cap is going up and up and up. Yeah. And we were just talking about that with Scout just popped in on a chat on my live before this and said, like, you could save 11.8 restructuring Colton Miller. Boom, right there. You got probably Hunter Renfro out the way. You know what I'm saying? And then you can work around. You may be able to get Max and DC done. I mean, who's to say? But Max at some point, his deal is going to be a steal, just like DC's was. We know he was the highest paid guy at one point. This is what happens year in and year out. At the end of the day, he may not be worth 20 mil right now, but that's where the market is for edge rushers, especially with people that get it done like Max. So
most definitely, man. I personally think that we're able to sign all these guys and continue to build. Just a couple of weeks ago, I was talking about it in my live, and it was the live where I said it's a no-brainer deal. And obviously, people know that I like Derek Carr, right? So when it came to saying, it's a no-brainer deal or sign Carr, then it was kind of like, of course he's gonna say that. He likes Carr, you know what I mean? Yeah. But when I did my own, research, when I was looking into it, you go ahead and you look at our cap this year. We could potentially have up to $50 million in cap space, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just by, moving pieces around, like, about the defensive guys, Kwiatkowski's and stuff. I know, So we could potentially have up to 50. That's before signing anybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just 50 this year. Not only that, but next year we have up to more than half our cap space is available.
Yeah.
But what that means is half of our team is gone. So that cap space it's about 150 mil next year. Yeah. That cap space is based on us not having Carr, not signing Crosby, not signing Renfro, and only having about 25 players on the roster.
Yeah.
Now you go ahead and you sign those players, you do the math, and we still have like 80 left, right?
And you backload these guys' contracts, right?
Exactly. And not only that, we have to remember that we have to average these numbers. So when you have a Max Crosby making, I don't know how much he makes this year. How much is like stupid low? I know it's stupid low because he was a late round pick.
Yeah. I don't remember, but it is
a
low figure for sure.
It's like 1 million or something like that. You have to average that with his extension, right? So if he's making 1 mil this year, let's say less than 5 mil this year, but he makes 20 mil next year, that man is only making about 12 mil between the 2 years.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not only that, if you want to do that extension, you can say, all right, we'll pay you this year's money plus next year's money. So if you make 1 mil this year and make 20 mil next year, we'll just pay you the 21 mil this year. And we'll give Carr his 19 mil this year and give him his, you see what I'm saying?
He's owed $4 million this year.
So $4 million. So with an extension, it really wouldn't be that much when you average it out.
But mind you, he was only $1 million the year before last year, $800,000 the year before. In his rookie year, he only made $690,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so the production you're getting out of him, man, at the end of the day, he does deserve the money he's going to get. Man, the guy is
playing on.
Yeah, working wonders. A round 4 pick out of a small school,
100%.
like, and you want to pay your own guys, right? Like you want to pay them. Man. He's a homegrown talent. He wants to be here. At the end of the day, man, get that man his money, man. You know, let me ask you though, what do you think Renfro's contract is going to look like?
I'm gauging around 10.
Yeah, see, me
too. I'm just putting it around 10. I put Crosby around 20, and then I put Carr on average around 30 to 35.
35, yeah.
And then that's how I put those 3 guys together because I feel like you said, these are our guys. These are homegrown. We drafted these guys, and I just put them all in a melting pot and say, how much would they cost collectively?
Yeah.
Right. And then I would take that from the cap and be like, boom.
Think about it. Instead of going to get Devontae Adams, you could pay Max and Renfro right now.
Yes.
Right now.
And the thing is, if you were to get an Adams, right, like you said, if you wait on the DC thing, get Adams first, you're getting DC on a better deal, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't know. I know people say, well, you don't know Derek Carr, blah, blah, but look, if you go get Adams, I'm pretty sure Derek Carr will say, look, you went and got this guy, I'll take less. I mean, it only makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And that's another way to get an even more cheaper deal with Derek Carr. But like I said before, y'all don't know, I don't really look at Adams too much because I feel like it's still a whole fiasco. I feel like Green Bay is doing what they're doing, and until they actually say or put the pen to paper saying he is no longer a Green Bay Packer or we are trading him right now, then I can't even
7 days left.
7 days left. 7 days left.
So we'll know more. We'll know his fate soon.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They're trying to work that Aaron Rodgers contract behind the scenes. So I don't know how they pay those 2 guys, bro. I know they freed up a couple dollars restructuring some people, but I don't know. I think it was Kenny Clark, the defensive tackle. I know they restructured him. How? Like, I don't know how they're going to make that happen, bro.
Well, you just look at the Saints, and this is what frustrates me with when it comes to the Raiders or Raider Nation is we'll have cap, right? And then we're like, fuck, we can't sign none of our players. These motherfuckers be negative $40-30 million in cap, signing dudes with $40 million contracts, $20 million. And it's like, bro.
We went over the dead cap the other day, bro. The New Orleans Saints, year in and year out, they continue to put themselves at a disadvantage for the future, year in and year out. And right now, with no quarterback, like, you just set yourself up for failure. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to lose a lot of good talent over there because of how they organize their books. So, look, man, I'm excited.
Sean Payton left.
Yeah, bro. Exactly, bro.
He cooked their shit to was like, I'm out of here, bro. I'm finna retire.
Yeah, hey, look, it's probably a reason why Drew Brees got the hell out of there too. I mean,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe they are still paying Drew Brees.
Yep, facts.
Because of the way they're structuring the contracts and they're pushing it, like restructure really means I'm going to pay you $10 million next year instead of getting you that $10 million now.
They're probably still paying Marcus Colston, bro.
Matter of fact, I want to say I really heard that,
bro.
I want to say I really heard that, bro.
For those who watch baseball, they be giving out those Bobby Bonilla contracts, bro. They pay him forever. It's just crazy.
The Saints over there tripping, man. I know they restructured some things, but this is just when I take a step back and just think about it as a Raiders fan, like, damn, these motherfuckers be in debt, $70 million, and we could be complaining about trying to sign Hunter Renfrow to a $10 million contract.
But see, that's why I respect what the Rams do more than anything.
Yeah.
If anything, they still work their contracts out, but they don't have any draft capital. They get rid of that in order to bring in proven talent. I'd rather do that. I'd rather go the Rams way than New Orleans because they've only been proven to win one Super Bowl ever. You know what I mean? And to do all that, bro, like you have to be going all in every year. It just doesn't make any sense. Still paying
horse. I don't even know what to believe anymore, man.
I wouldn't put it past them.
You feel me? But you know what we needed was wasted on this, man. What I should have had was wasted come on because I did want to talk a little bit about the draft.
Send it over.
And I'll send it to him, man. I'll see if he's available. Because I want to talk about this cornerback situation when it comes to the draft, man. And PFF, I did do a poll in the chat, and the chat had voted Nakobe Dean for the best mock draft first-round pick, which was Mel Kiper Jr. He picked Dean. McShay had Olave. Just Blog Baby had Linderbaum, which was crazy to me. And the PFF had Andrew Booth Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And when I seen Andrew Booth Jr., I was like, hell no. I was like, hell no. And personally, I don't like him because why the fuck would we get a zone corner that likes to tackle around the line of scrimmage when we have no coverage safety? So we have to get a coverage safety because Abram can't cover.
Yeah.
We got Patrick Graham and Ryan.
Yeah.
Guys that like to blitz and run sticky man coverage.
But see, I like Andrew Booth, but like you said, if it's in the right scheme, he could be a great corner at the next level. He wouldn't be great on this roster. To be honest, any of those guys that you just named, I can go without. I don't get me wrong. Linderbaum is going to be an all-pro guy, but damn, man, you just Andre James because you're going to bench him. You're not moving Andre James to a guard like he was at UCLA. He's undersized.
Yeah.
So you're going to literally be paying two guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. This would be the time to do it because Linderbaum will be on a rookie contract. You know what I mean? So technically, and Andre James' contract really ain't shit anyways.
Yeah, that's nothing.
But the only guy out of that list that I would draft in the first round would be Tyler Linderbaum if I had to. I don't want Olave. I don't want Nakobe Dean.
Nope.
I don't want any of those guys. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to go get we agree on this, Ray. We talk about it. Like first round, if we go get a proven number one receiver or even a number two in free agency, right? We don't need to draft one in the first round.
Exactly.
This class is so deep. You can get a number one receiver in the third round.
Yeah.
Like real shit. Like so, there's no
Pickens,
reason. Bro. Pickens is fire. So you kept saying his name. And I went back and started watching more film on Pickens, and because I seen him before he was injured. I know what he can do, but that man is a beast, bro. He is a beast. Like I'm not against going to get Pickens in the third round or Mechie, or if Wan'Dale Robinson falls, you know, I get him as well, but. Reaching for a wide receiver, if Burks is
a lot of receivers, bro.
Yeah, if Burks is there, right, it'd be kind of something to think about because I just think that he could be that dual a Debo kind of guy. Like he could run, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's kind of hard to not draft, man. And I like Garrett Wilson out of Ohio State a lot as well. That's my other guy. But look, man, at this point, I want a proven defensive tackle. I just don't. This ain't the draft for it, though, bro.
Yeah,
it really ain't, man.
Exactly. But I gotta get you on the Kyer Elam on the Kyer Elam boat, bro.
Bro, we were arguing about that shit the other day.
I gotta get you on the Elam boat because look, Andrew Booth Jr. Because this is what's getting me, bro. The Andrew Booth Jr. pick. I'm like, bro, I would have loved to get him if we still had Gus Bradley. I would have loved to get him because I feel like in the way we was playing defense with Gus Bradley, he would have been perfect. Come up, make a hit, tackle for sure. He's not going anywhere. You drop back in zone coverage, you got it.
Yeah.
But in the game we're going to be playing now with Patrick Graham, from what I believe, and Ryan being, you know, senior assistant, defensive assistant, whatever his job title became, I just feel like we need sticky man coverage guys. We need guys like James Bradbury or Stephon Gilmore. We don't need guys that are known to make tackles behind the line of scrimmage and drop back into cover 4 or cover 2 or something, right?
That's my next video right there, James Bradbury.
And Kyer Elam, in my opinion, is like a James Bradbury kind of guy. He's not as big because James Bradbury is pretty big for a corner the way he can move, but
he had a down season this year too. The year before he was a Pro Bowler. To be honest, he was kind of an All-Pro snub the year before, but James Bradbury. But I think that's a realistic option. And if we get Bradbury, to be honest, do we even think about it, Elam? If anything, you go get another corner in the mid rounds.
Yeah. You don't get a first rounder if you get Bradbury.
Yeah.
If you get Bradbury, but that's going to be interesting because then if you get Bradbury, there's no Adams. There's no. I just don't see. There's no way you can get both of them in the with all the extensions. I think there's one big splash you can make if you want to make that big splash.
Mm-hmm.
There's one you can make, and you would have to really choose. And then after that, it's just you have to keep your own players, give those extensions out. But Kuzay dropped a super. He said trade Abrams. He's not worthy of number 24. I mean,
Kuzay also said I couldn't rap, and so you don't really know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? So,
but hey, I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing too much, but you know them kids that born 1995 and later is off them Tide Pods.
But shout out to Zay on the super, bro. For real.
We just giving bro a hard time. LV Max says Mr. Z is going to change our draft frustrations.
Facts. I believe it. But you're like, we're like, I know what. See, Raid is different. Raid is I have to see it to believe it.
Yeah,
and I get 100%. It, bro. I'm just going off of the draft that the Patriots had last year. I like the draft last year. You know what I'm saying?
The draft last year was nice. I definitely the main reason I liked their draft last year is because of the way they went and got Barmore. And the way they got their quarterback. It's like we got our quarterback, but we want to get our guy on the defense side of the ball, and we went and got Barmore. And we made sure we went and got him. We, whatever we had to trade up, trade down, whatever we want to do, we went and got our guy.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it. But it also draws me back to, damn, we did the same shit with Trayvon Merrick, but fucked up with the first pick with picking Alex Leatherwood.
Yeah.
Like, we could have Barmore and Merrick. You know what I mean? Then we got Mac Jones and Barmore, but we got Leatherwood and Merrick, and that's what killed me. And it would have been a killer draft. Imagine that. It would have been a killer draft, bro.
Shout out to Sanjeet. He wanted Barmore last year in the first round. I was killing him for it, and now I look back at it, I'm like, our brother Sanjeet was he was correct. We should have got Barmore in the first round because then we wouldn't be crying about a defensive tackle right now. The only one we have under contract is Andrew Billings that we just drafted. I mean, that we just got right now in free agency. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, like
how does that work though? Huh? How does that work though in free agency if you're able to sign Billings right now? Is it because he wasn't?
He was a practice squad guy.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say because he wasn't on an active roster. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
EJ Redder says McDuffie. Oops, my bad. He says McDuffie is my cornerback, not named Stingley or Sauce. And this is, and I'm glad EJ said it like this because he helped me out in what I've been trying to say. When it comes to Kyer Elam, if it's not named Stingley or Sauce, then it's Kyer Elam. That's kind of how I am, EJ. Like, if it's not Sauce or Stingley, then it's Kyer Elam for me. You know what I mean? Obviously, you have your top guys. Those are the top guys. It's kind of like with the linebacker spot. The top guys are Lloyd and Dean. At the end of the day, it's Lloyd and Dean. Outside of that, then it's kind of like it's on you to make that decision on who's the next guy, right?
Christian
That's
Harris,
where I come in.
Brandon Smiths and the Chad Mumas.
Yep.
Of the world. Nah, I agree with you on that.
So
that's okay. So I want to ask you this because we talked about it because I know you're an Elam guy. What is your knock on Sauce Gardner?
I want to say I really have too much. My knock on Sauce Gardner is that he's getting. I would just say he's overrated. That's it.
But what about his game? Do you not?
I would just say he's overrated. It's just when I watched him, especially against one was against Alabama. I can't remember the other team, and I seen that slight panic in him, and it was and that is what got me. One of them, and more than one of them, a couple of them, he was getting bailed out by a very poor quarterback play. Yes. Like bro got caught panicking, and the ball just went way different direction, and he got lucky. I was like, yeah, boy, that would have been your ass.
The Alabama game was it kind of for me too. Looking at him and Kobe Bryant on the other side of him, it was kind of worrisome. You know what I mean? Because then you're looking at these guys finally playing some real talent. Mm-hmm. And Kobe looked okay against Alabama, but Sauce did show some deficiencies in his game. I'll tell you that. But I still think Sauce at the next level, man. If he's in the right system, I think he could ball out, bro. I just don't. Oh, man, I think he's going to be cool. I think he'll be cool. I just don't think he's going to be that good like everybody thinks. I think the players that'll be that good are more of like a Stingley or a Kyer, in my opinion. Those are just my guys.
when it comes to
Stingley's a lockdown corner from day one. I'm telling you right now, Stingley's gonna be a lockdown, bro. He's a beast, bro. He's a beast.
I'll be honest, I didn't even watch Stingley's tape.
Well, he didn't play last year. I know due to all the like the COVID shit. Like I believe he didn't play last year. But and then I believe he had something else happen. I don't know. Now he's not at the combine. I know he's not going to be up, but he's still a top 10 pick regardless.
Yeah. Okay. So
he's different.
You know I don't be lying then. I just, you know what I mean? You know damn well I don't be lying because I straight up say I don't be watching this tape. You're going to tell me he been out. So
there really wasn't any.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But with Sauce, man, it's just, I think, because remember Okudah and Damon Arnett? I remember watching their film, and I remember hearing about them coming out, and it was like, Okudah's this, Okudah's that. Yeah. And then I remember hearing about our team talk about, well, you know, on the other side of the field, nobody was talking about Arnett, but he was on that team, and he was looking great, blah, blah, blah. He never gave up a touchdown in the whole season.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, and then I just think back to that, like, let me take a step back and really try to differentiate these quarterbacks at what they really do great. And that brings me to, what do you think Ahmad Gardner's game is? What do you think he does great? And that's his game. And just to give an example, Kyrie Elam, man coverage, shutdown man coverage. He might not be the best at tackling, might not be the best at the zone, but man coverage, no panic, shutting down Jameson Williams. The dude gave up, I think he gave up against Alabama. He gave up one catch, but it wasn't a catch. It was a pass interference on a comeback route. It was a little handsy, but it was an 8-yard comeback route. And that's all they gave up.
Now he did shut down J-Mo. I remember that game. I think Sauce can fit in both schemes, though. I think that's what makes him more valuable because he's versatile. You know what I'm saying? Like he could play in a man, or he can play, or he can play. He can play his own. It doesn't really matter. But one thing about Sauce that I agree with you on, though, is this man had a great defense around him. Like he had a really good safety. He had Kobe on the other side. He had Sanders at defense end. He had, was it Beavers, I believe, or Weaver, the linebacker. They had a great defense. Like I think it was a top 5 defense in college football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know how he's going to look if he goes to a bad team and he's supposed to be the number 1 guy from the rip. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know. If he goes to Detroit, he might look like we Ohio State. He may look like he may get cooked. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I think that he would be. I think in this system, which he's not going to fall. So I don't know why I keep even thinking of Sauce being a possibility. He's not going to be there. I think Mullen's going to succeed in this system. I think Mullen, if he can stay healthy, he's going to ball out. But I think Sauce is more versatile. I like what you said about Elam. I just think he could play both systems.
Pacey and Cunningham, I definitely agree on that. That's what I do to agree on about Sauce, is that he has the size and he has the tape to show that he could play in both, and that he can come down and make a hit and tackle somebody behind the line. Yeah. So he's pretty much all around, and I think that's why he's deemed one of the best He's with the top 2 corners in the draft. But Cunningham drops a super. He says Graham covets man cornerback. I feel like experts don't pay attention to the Raiders enough then give opinions. Suggesting zone corners shows they don't. Elam nice. Yeah, and that's why I was like, Andrew Booth, like it just didn't make sense for me. Maybe if we still had Gus Bradley, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But the fact that we changed our whole scheme, I definitely see more of like an Elam or a Stingley type of player, in my opinion. But Sauce, if his Sauce were to fall, of course you take him just because of how good he potentially could be and how rounded his game is. So I wouldn't be mad at that. Obviously, he's one of the best. So 22, I doubt it.
Hey, what do you think? What player in the top 10, that's a name, do you think could potentially fall to 22? Is there somebody that you're like, maybe they can fall?
The weird thing about it is, shout out to Raiders Football Talk for pulling up on us, man. Shout out. He said JLK and Merrick would have been, it would have been crazy, bro. It would have been crazy. But the crazy thing is about this draft is that I seen Andrew Booth Jr. get drafted by us at pick 22. Yeah. Then I've also seen one where he was a top 10 pick. And I was just like, okay. I'm like,
do you remember who that was?
I can't remember. But it was Atlanta that picked him. So they would have had AJ Terrell and Andrew Booth.
Or Clemson corner.
Yeah. Clemson
he would fit over there, though.
And I was like, dang, I ain't gonna lie, that sounds crazy. That sounds crazy to put them together. And we know Terrell's doing well.
Damn.
But it just sounded. I was like top 10, hell no. But then when it said Falcons and AJ Terrell, and I read the thing, I was like, damn, that does sound like a crazy ass.
There was a lockdown corner this year, Pro Bowler.
Yep.
Another guy that I thought that we were going to look at, but he went before us. But damn,
he was the top corner at the time. And let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. AJ Terrell and Andrew Booth Jr., though, in my opinion, are two different kind of corners, and that brings me to that same point. Those guys aren't built the same. They don't even look the same on the field.
Not at all.
They don't even play the same. And that's why I kind of bring you to like, okay, if AJ Terrell is available, yeah, I'll take him because he plays a certain way. Yeah. Andrew Booth Jr., he's not bad. I'm not saying that, but he just doesn't play the way I would want our corner on this defense that we now are going to have to play. So, but dropping out of the top 10 to answer your question would be Devin Lloyd.
Oh, man.
He would be, but I think he would get picked up by like the Eagles easily. Like he'll get, if he drops out top 10, he'll get snatched up. So
don't be surprised if the Eagles take Dean.
I hope they do because Dean, I don't like. I'm not a big fan of Dean. Yeah. I'm not. I think
I like Dean a lot, but I also know, you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody else. They kind of talked me, you know, wasted. And Andy were like, look, man, this guy had the luxury of playing behind Devontae Wyatt, Jordan Davis. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they had some great edge rushers over there. So yeah, I mean, it's the effect of watching him go somewhere to a bad team. How is he going to look on a bad team?
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like if he goes early in the first round, now if he goes late, if he goes to like, I don't know, you know how Tampa Bay likes to grab these guys later in the first round, they end up being fucking stars for him. I can see him succeed, but I don't know how he would look in Detroit or Atlanta, you know what I mean, behind these bad lines. So I don't know. I don't know.
Shout out Souza for becoming a member, man. He just made a play. Do your Dougie, man. Do your touchdown dance. Everybody, welcome to the squad. Welcome to the squad. And shout out Omar for dropping a super. He says, my brother Docs, Zap will be a Raider.
Talk that Zappe shit, man. Come on,
He said, wipe them feet, y'all. He said, wipe them feet. Yeah, make a play. Make a play. And hit the like button. Also, hit the subscribe button if y'all new here. We have Graphic Raider with us. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know how we rock. But if you're new to the channel and y'all new to meeting both of us, make sure to hit the subscribe button here and at Docs ENT on YouTube. Shout out to Graph for pulling up, man. But we've been up here for about an hour now, bro. Is there anything you want to say on the closing notes?
Nah, man. Just I'm excited about free agency. I'm really watching this whole Davante Adams thing. One question before we get out of here, because I spoke on this about my page. Watching DC's interview with Vinny B, right, saying pretty much, you know, he'll work with us, but pretty much saying that, but there's players that he wants, you know, if we don't get Davante Adams, or if we don't trade for Brandon Cooks, which is a DC guy too, they're very close. I know he's really close with Von Miller as well. If these guys don't end up being a part of what we got going on, do you see DC still taking the pay cut, or do you see him saying, "Well, look, I'm gonna get paid, and I'm gonna let everybody else do their job and work around me"? Like, is there if Davante Adams isn't a part of this puzzle, is it going to be a problem with DC's contract?
No, I don't think so, man. I just don't personally. I personally, I just don't.
I only asked because like how he said like, you know, I'll definitely work with my team, but there are players that I want basically here. You know what I mean? So that kind of made me worried a little bit, like, okay, well, he's going to work with us, but he wants more say in personnel, like who's going to be around him. Yeah. And that kind of triggered me a little bit, like, damn, if he doesn't get one of these guys that he considers one of his dudes, then what? Is it going to be, I want $40 million a year instead of 30 or 35? You know what I mean? I know if Davante comes over, I know he'll work with us. Like, look, whatever I need to do to make this happen, pay me on the back end, do whatever we need to do. I want to win now, and I want to win with my guy. Yeah. It kind of worried me a little bit.
I know people made some videos about it and brought it up and stuff, so definitely worked the topic. I just don't think Derek Carr is going to sit there and be like, oh, I want $40 million no matter what if we don't get these guys.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I still think $40 million is a deal based off him getting 19 now, because then it'll average down. That's why I've been so like prone on saying, hey, this is a good deal. Now,
Yeah.
if he comes out and we don't get any guys, say free agency passes, and we don't get any guys, and he's like, no, I want 45, like, no, this is BS, blah, 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 then I'm like, yeah, you got to kick rocks, bro. That's OD, you know what I mean? But I don't think anything crazy is gonna change if we don't get Adams. Yeah. I do hear him kind of saying, like, kind of giving off that attitude, like, if we don't get this guy, then it's kind of like, F you kind of attitude. Maybe not F you attitude so much, but it's just kind of like more lackadaisical. Like, I'm gonna get my money and then I'm gonna just let y'all do whatever it is y'all gonna figure out.
Yeah.
And play my best of capabilities. But I mean, shit, is Renfroe not his guy? I mean, we still have to sign Renfroe to an extension. So, I mean, shit, is Renfroe. So, how many guys do we have to bring in as his guys, right? So, Renfroe, that's one guy right there. I'd be like, shit, we got to give Renfroe an extension. You happy with that?
Hey, Max is one of your guys, too.
Exactly. Max, too. But Brandon Cooks, like you had brought up, and I think a lot of people have brought Brandon Cooks up as well. I would like to give somebody credit for bringing it up first, but I can't even remember. Was it Andy? I don't know, man.
So, okay, now I love Andy, but I'm gonna take. I'm taking this away from him. Yeah. He mentioned Brandon Cooks last year before we brought Josh McDaniels in, and I was like, it makes no sense. Like, why are we gonna go trade for Brandon Cooks? But now in this system where Brandon Cooks thrived in New England, it makes all the sense in the world. So yes, maybe Andy was forward thinking, but Andy did definitely say it first. But we still had,
that boy was reading the future or something.
You know what I mean?
He's like, get him now so we can just get it over with.
Yeah, but no. But Brandon Cooks would be a great 1B option if we don't get a Devontae or Allen Robinson.
No, I'm not the biggest of Devontae Adams just because of how much it'll cost, and if we have to trade for him, if we bring him in as a free agency, that'd be dope. It's gonna be lit. Them lives is gonna be crazy, but. Brandon Cooks, I definitely wouldn't mind bringing in the Brandon Cooks, having him with Renfroe and Waller, and then bringing in a guy in the draft. Yeah. I feel like we'd have a solid wide receiver core. But damn, I feel like last year we felt like we had a solid wide receiver core. And
no, you didn't. And you were right because that ended up, some of that ended up hurting us at the end. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Put like this: if DC is throwing the ball to Zay Jones at the 1 yard line in the last play of the season, there's a problem. Zay Jones
playoffs.
Yeah, Zay Jones shouldn't be the guy to get the ball on the last play of a potential trying to move forward in the playoffs. That let me know, yes, Ray, you were right. We do not have the right receiving core, and we need to add somebody extra to the mix. So,
hey, them boys dipped out midway through the season. That was like, shit.
Facts.
It was like, oh shit. But yeah, man, appreciate you being able to pull up, bro. Super lit live. I'm glad everybody was able to make it. That's in the chat. Shout out to everybody that dropped a super, that just made it in general, became a member, all that. And make sure to go follow Graf on DocCNT if y'all new here. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, y'all. We was over 300 people deep. Until next time, y'all ready to take.